Hello everyone and welcome back, and here we are, the villains ourselves, the mono red version of the deck that we've been featuring, or cards I guess you can say, in the new meta. Probably the MVPs out so far. I'm not entirely sure if anybody else is finding cards being way more successful than Slickshot and the Ruckus kind of combo together, but we've played Boros, we've played Gruul, and now we gotta suck it up and play mono red. As much as mono red tends to be the villain, is all I'm saying. But we do have one cool trick in the list. Outside of that is the fact that we have the Callous Sellsword, and the goal of this is to basically use it as fling has been used in the past. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to any other target, and then you sacrifice it. This works incredibly well with cards like the Scamp, for example. If we play it on turn one, say we pump it a little bit, get it pretty large, and then whenever it's something, let's say a 6x, it doesn't really matter, it hits, we don't sacrifice it, we Sellsword it here, and then it deals 6 off the Sellsword, and then it gets sacrificed, and then it deals an additional 6 for a total of 18 there. So it can definitely kind of pop off with a card like Scamp. But other than that, we're pretty standard on the Swiss Spears, Kimonos. We got the Monstrous Rages, a couple of other 1-mana buff spells that are slightly worse than Monstrous Rage, of course, but they are good in their own right in terms of making an extra creature, being equipment that can attach later if needed. And then we have the Picnic Ruiner, kind of fitting that Virtuoso slot, that kind of double striking slot that we really need in a deck like this, that we want to put Trample on, or Menace as well, because of how good Demonic Ruckus can be. A kind of ideal start is come mono into Picnic Ruiner and hold up a spell, or maybe even Ruckus, Picnic Ruiner into a Ruckus, or like set up that Slickshot as well. A lot of things can go well there in that case, but outside of that, we're running, I believe, 19 lands, maybe one too high for some people, but we're okay there. We have a couple 3-drops. We want to always kind of have that third mana, so it's pretty nice. And then we have a 1 of Godric, a 1 of Squee, and a 1 of Case of the Crimson Pulse to round out the top end, if you would, with a deck like this, the top end of the deck. Well, other than that, let's go ahead and hop in the game, see how they go, and see if we can't out aggro all the other aggro decks playing the Slickshot meta. Ooh, wow, the 1 of land costing, huh? Well, we maul, of course, and I think we keep. I like keeping here. What do we want to do? Do we want to Scamp and Rage, and then Monstrous Rage? Maybe do some crazy stuff. Throw the Sokuzan back. Sure, I guess. Oh, Arena, would you like to run? Against Gruul, a little bit tough. Could be aggro here, so let's just plot this and attack. Could be play with fire or something similar. Will they play with fire? They do. Do I want to make a detective? That's kind of where I'm at. If I need a creature, I'm just kind of dead here. So sure. So this gets me a creature. We're all looking fine and dandy here. I didn't really waste my spell. Although they could then play with fire this, of course. This play Questing Druid though. Picnic Ruiner, a great draw. Huh. I don't think there's a reason to wait. I'm gonna go ahead and set this on here. I'm gonna attack this. The reason I'm setting it on the Picnic Ruiner now is in case they remove it, I can draw a card. I'm really far behind because of a mulligan decision earlier. Well, kind of forced it all, I guess, but sure. Now we're kind of set up pretty even Stevens right now. They go to remove this, which they won't really have a choice to. We'll accept any damage they send our way because our attack is so much more potent than theirs. No block. Only way I think we lose this. Or arguably a Witch Stalker Frenzy. Royal treatment, sure. That all resolves. It hit for quite a bit. Hey! That's pretty good. Target here. Grow you huge. Move the combat and hit for lethal. I get their position because they obviously had to attack me too. Because what are you going to do? Sit back and block with all your creatures? They really just have to hope I don't have the rage. And this draw was incredible because after, say they were out of range, this is going to hit for 12 and it's going to hit for 2. So they do get killed here, but we would have the red to then fling this at them and then remove them from the game. Yeah. Dude, 9-9. I ain't slipping, dude. Not me. You ain't catching me red-handed. All right, so what do we do here with Kamano? I feel like it has to be the Ruiner, but I would definitely see playing a Slickshot here, maybe. But Ruiner does so much. What do I want to lose to a Lightning Strike? Slickshot, I guess. Or a Lightning Helix, I guess. I mean, we're at least dodging Play with Fire. It hits. Maybe they only have Play with Fire. Which is one of the reasons I was afraid to play the Picnic Ruiner. Alright, they have Virtuoso. We have a target on Virtuoso. Maybe it's still just a Play with Fire. Now, normally I want to plot here, but I think with what's on board, I'm down to get super aggressive. Yeah, I'm down to just get super aggressive here. My dad? Is that the thing here? Maybe they have lethal at 20. That'd be crazy. I'll take it though. Sure. That's half my life total. Works a little bit worse. And they have one more spell and I'm dead. The worst part is it had trample, so it's not like I could commit. Sure. And it wouldn't matter. It's 22, so even this would get trampled over. Cool. What a game, I guess. All right, we go first. I mean, this hand's sick. We'll keep here. I can actually play this, which is weird. We only have one of these. Well, we have two, I guess. Theory. Let's play Foundry, kind of hide our springs here. I do think I'm going to Slickshot Godric and just go from there. Oh, especially if this is kind of their hand here. Hide the black mana, I guess. Play Slickshot. Play Godric. Get in for 5 and then set up lethal next turn. It's not particularly close. I can Monster Rage twice, which will put 2 roll tokens in play, which will then give Godric flying. Yeah. Bristly Bill's cool. It's just like, this is one of the situations where it's just going to be a non-game. 7, sure. Red. I'm just going to show them. Here, here, and here. There. And just like that. A bonk and a bonk. And it's all over. Wow. I'm playing the game Magic the Gathering. That is for sure. Go first. I have Ruckus, Slickshot, and some good cards. So sure. I mean, this is kind of what the dream is on this curve, I guess. And along with like 2 spells to do after, and then if we hit a land, we can fling. I don't know if it's enough. It should be enough. Theory. Like, this is the dream turn 3 kill if you draw a land. At least I think so. This plus 3, just 4, 5. That's plus 5. Yeah, it's a dream. We just need a land though. One Uno land, please. Actually, if almost enough without it if they would have taken damage, I guess. All right, well, it's enough. Lightning strike. Oh, that would suck. Could just be lightning strike here. Allow that to attach. What do I do? Actually, it'd be too big for lightning strike. Yeah, we're fine. These are both instants, I guess. Attack. Don't do it with the roll one. Do it with this one. Get this out. I don't think I go for it. I think a lightning strike just blows us out if we try to monster rage it here. Like that. And we end turn. Like no reason to try to do it there. Sure. Yep. Sure. They can technically give like a picnic ruiner haste. That's pretty sweet. I like breakout a lot, honestly. Might be like a legitimate reason to play Gruul. Because you can just get these out of your deck and put them in play. You have the monster trades. They don't know about it. Play with fire doesn't get it answered. They could technically Witch Stalker Frenzy it. I'm not sure if that's what they're looking to do, because then they give up all the cards. They have to decide whether they're picnic ruining, breakout, or using cards from their hand. I think just playing it safe was the way to go, regardless. Breakout. What do we hit? Picnic ruiner anyway. Very cool. Have a monster rage. Be pretty sick. Sure. Go to combat. This will not get double strike anymore, so we don't care. What do we got, opponent? Wow. It'll be 3. It lives. This one should be fine to do so. Like, look, good. I have the same bag of tricks. That's a big old bonk. No, we got to draw cards. It'd be so toxic if it's like, those hit the graveyard, draw your cards. My opponent goes first. I have like Kamano, then maybe just play Slickshot or the Swift Spear, maybe do some stuff like that. Do like leading off with Kamano here. Gruul. I'm already in danger probably. Yeah, let's Kamano here. Let's not put a creature out there to be play with fire or something like that. Play with fires can go face. Ace is the place. Oh, nothing here. All right, because of that, I'm gonna go Swift Spear. Just not looking to get my stuff blown out by anything. Attack. Again, lightning strike's possible. I'm just not going to do it. Sure. Got plenty of pressure against what is a Gruul aggro deck, I would assume. Be wrong. Been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Eventually, you know. My land. The combat. Eventually, they're gonna have to deny me some value. Or not. Oh, my boy. Vicious. We'll probably... Actually, with the math, I don't think we do anything. Oh, they gain life? Oh, what the heck's this? I forget what this is. I think this is the Calamity deck, maybe? Are they gonna... I don't know. It could have a flasher here, I think. I think it's a desert, right? Yeah, it sure is. There is a desert. There sure is a 6/4 creature that has a flash. If you flash it in here, that would be pretty gross if I do say so myself. Play Slickshot. Play Kimono. My problem for them is that if that's their play, I feel pretty confident in my play to win this game. They might have more life here, so we do have to be somewhat careful. Their creature gets a 3/1 until end of turn. Move in. Let's see the 6/4. Guess it doesn't really matter. Let's just like target here, spread out, maybe. We're at declare blockers, so I feel like we're good. Now we're like idealistically we want to grow the Slickshot to maximum, but kind of trying to spread it out to make sure it doesn't matter. Plus I have to use this blazing anyway. I can't imagine this 6/4 is not coming in. Play with fire. Screw it. Do this. I can't believe they played with fire my Kimono. It's like if they do that, I'm still hitting for a ton, I think. What's the play, opponent? Sure. You're right. It's gone. Down to 2. You have it? You have the removal? You have the life gain? Do you have the calamity? You're playing a ton of big stuff. At some point, they have to be able to cheat things in, right? Are we spreeing here? Rail back. Double green. Blow up my Kimono. Gain 4. Yeah. Just a sick line. Slickshot makes it a little unfair, I think. So what we do here is we play Slickshot. We cast this, going this to here. Prowess triggers, super prowess triggers, deal 3, and then have lethal in the air. Which I guess we had it without the other Slickshot. To be honest, I didn't do the math. I just played the other Slickshot and called it a day. Hit the button, maybe. My opponent goes first. They keep their hand? Sure, I guess. I'm gonna lie. It's probably gonna be Kimono into Picnic Ruiner. It's such a strong play. Could be dead. Could be fun. Let's see. Watch all my creatures get removed. Or countered, I guess. Shredder. Do nothing. Need this to live, because then it doesn't matter how big Shredder gets, realistically. Because we can Monstrous Rage, then Rage, and then Fling. We hope they tap out here. Just don't remove my thing. Please. Ooh, they have cut down. Or go for the, yeah, or go for the throat. Tough. Tough looks. Tough looks all around, huh? Alright, opponent. You're gonna have it. Make you have it. Go for it. It's all yours. Let's go for the throatable. Alright, well, then now I'm just going to attack with it. Just say it has to go in. Would you like 8? Sure. Uh-huh. Sure. No shredder. No shredder for you. Malcolm. Okay. Play Gix here. Draw all the cards in the world, and then I'll have a good time. It's just funny because it's so large. But the problem is, even if they deal with this right, say it's to go for the throat, and Kamano lives, I do have the chance to just Monstrous Rage and then rage it as well, and then just fling it at them. Like, that's just also a possibility here. It's not like Picnic Ruiner is getting any worse. It's 8 damage just sitting here ready to go. What do you get rid of? Sure. On it. That was a tough spot, but sure. I could just go to combat and then camp pump and chuck it at him, I guess. That's actually something I can do. Right? Because Scamp will come in. I can then Monstrous Rage it, which will give it to 4. And then it'll swing and hit them for 8 in total, just because of how that works. Yeah, I guess. I mean, either way, I'm just going straight into combat with Picnic Ruiner. I'm going to attack with Kamano as well. Probably should have attacked with Kamano last turn. But if Kamano lives, I can then pump it. Odawara, huh? Guess so. Sure. How does this work, opponent? I'm gonna say, please tell me you don't do that. Monstrous Rage? Up to 5. If I do either of these, it's like fine. Will it be lethal though? So they're putting basically 4 life, so they're at 15. I do 5, 6, 7, and I miss just barely, right? Yeah, I think so. But this answers both those creatures, and I hit them for 1. Sure. I could be wrong on that math, but I'm just going to take my odds when I can. Kamano. Scamper. Obviously, I think they wanted us to replay the Picnic Ruiner, but I'm just going to add, like, multiple threats. If I can. Scamper is annoying enough. Attack. I mean, at least pretend you want to block. I mean, just missing lands, I guess, is kind of hard. For tie, I think the only way that goes away is the fact that they don't have lands. Or it's tapped. Yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's all she wrote. I believe anyway. Could be wrong. I can 2, 5. Yeah. Okay. Here to here. Then here. Unless I'm stupid, this should just be lethal. Yep. I thought so. I didn't know if there was some random rule on like sacking that creature that it didn't work or something like that. But either way, we come away with another win, and we'll Call it there. My chair decided it wanted to lift up. Drop back down. Thank you. Okay, to talk about this list was sent in to me by someone. I'm just not going to say it because I don't know if they want me to, so I'm just not going to call out their name. But yeah, I posted a Gruul list a while back, and they were talking about how they like to play mono red and basically play a card that's resemblance of Fling in the Callous Sellsword. I think this card's actually been coming around in popularity quite a lot. A lot of people are kind of on it. We saw another red deck in our matchups tried to do it to us, but we ended up doing it back to them. So it was very cool in that retrospect. So other than that, we're kind of just pretty much mono red. We have the Scamps as 3 of. We have Kamano and the Swiss Spear, which is kind of our main kind of aggro package in the early game, and pairing it with a Monstrous Rage being probably our best 1-drop in terms of like pumping, of course, where like this can arguably be our best 1-drop at any given point, or Demonic Ruckus if you count it as a 1-drop whenever you put it into the plot. But outside of that, we're still kind of doing what we want to do in the matchups of Gruul, where we have the Ruckus, we have the Slickshot Show Off, and we also have the Picnic Ruiner. Kind of the Slickshot and the Ruckus combo kind of come together about any deck that they're played in. If one's played, the other one's probably played as well, because plotting and then playing them both for free on a turn is really, really good. And then we have the Picnic Ruiner, which is also devastating. This, if you were playing Boris, would be probably replaced by Virtuoso. You could also just play it instead. It's weird because Virtuoso is a 1/1, but you do have to target it like a lot to start getting it to pump. Realistically, like you can Monstrous Rage it, but then it goes down, where this, like, you get those counters on this and it's already 1 higher, and that's all you really need with this card anyway. And Virtuoso, you have to work a little bit harder. Also, Virtuoso does die to 1 damage of anything, so like I've had it die to like an In the Festivities, which doesn't feel necessarily great. But yeah, I mean, if you have Kamano and then you play Picnic Ruiner, it doesn't die to play with fires. It doesn't die to cut down, like Virtuoso can as well. So that's something to consider if you're kind of deciding over this card or that one. Especially if you play green, it's definitely this one, obviously, because you can sometimes use the sorcery and it is sometimes valuable. But outside of that, we didn't see the case at all, but we did see a squee for 1 game, I think. I could be wrong. I thought we saw a squee. Maybe we just didn't play it. And then we saw Godric be valuable in one of our matchups. But outside of that, I mean, it's just kind of mono red. It's mono red with Fling. So it's pretty cool. But other than that, I'm going to call it there. I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching and goodbye.